Rex on the beat.
If you've seen any of my product reviews before, I usually just go ingredient by ingredient. I usually know majority of these ingredients on the pre-workout supplements because they're pretty similar. And then if I don't know the individual ingredient, I'll usually just do a little bit of research on it. And if I still don't know anything about it, or if I don't know if it's clear evidence or not, I usually just don't say anything about it. So to start off with the product, I'm not really going to review the taste. That's just kind of objective. But in my opinion, the taste wasn't anything bad. It is blue raspberry. The serving size is 20 grams. So if you're more accustomed to a concentrated pre-workout supplement like Novum, NeuroCore, Jacked, C4, I mean there's tons out there, but they're typically a lot smaller serving size. Even if you do, 2 or 3 scoops of it, they're usually pretty small. I usually say probably around 5 grams per serving, and this is 20 grams, and that's actually half their scoop. When I took this product, I usually used a full scoop, or when I do take this product, I use a full scoop. So, but I will just go off the serving size as being a half a scoop. It's not really going to matter because they have what we call a proprietary blend. So you really don't know how much of each ingredient there will be besides beta-alanine. I'll get into that in a second. So just starting off, there are 40 calories per half a scoop, so that would be 80 calories if you did a full scoop. Maybe something you might want to consider. It's not really going to make a huge difference. It would be 9 grams of carbohydrates per half scoop, and then they just kind of list their vitamins, calcium, sodium, potassium, things like that, which aren't extremely relevant. And then what you have is their 20 gram, which is their serving, half a scoop, Assault proprietary blend. And they have looks like they just have three main components to their blend. And again, it doesn't list any ingredient on here besides beta-alanine of how much you're getting. So even if I do state that a individual ingredient may be effective in general, that's not necessarily going to mean that it's going to be dosed properly in this supplement to get those effects. I'll mention that in a second. So just to start off, their first little blend inside a blend, if you will, is called the Muscle Explosion Inno Matrix. Again, that's just kind of a marketing thing. It's just really hyperbole. It doesn't really matter. But the first ingredient in there is beta-alanine. Typically what you'll see is that the most included ingredient is going to be listed first, and then it just kind of correlates down from there. So you would think that beta-alanine would be the biggest part of that blend anyways, but it doesn't tell you exactly how much is on the label. But if you look even further, just kind of on some of their marketing stuff here, talking about creatine and whatnot, they do say that there's 4 grams of beta-alanine, which is very, very good because most of the research has been done between 3 to 6 grams of beta-alanine. And it doesn't have to be necessarily pre-workout for that for the effects of beta-alanine to help you. It's not an acute thing. It's not like I take beta-alanine, I'm stronger, I'm gonna have a better workout. It takes time to build up your carnosine levels inside your body, which helps you just kind of have better endurance in your workout. So say if you're working with 50-pound dumbbells on an exercise and you typically get 8 reps, once your carnosine levels are built up through beta-alanine, you might get 9, 10, 11 reps. So it's kind of has a synergistic effect with creatine monohydrate, if you will. So that is a very good selling point of this product, is they do have a clinical proven dose of beta-alanine with 4 grams. Again, a little in a lower range. I would probably recommend around 5 grams if you wanted to be safe, but 4 grams will probably be fine. And then the next ingredients will be their arginine blend. They have 3 different forms of arginine. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on that. Arginine has been pretty much proven not to work. It's tried to help with your vasodilation with the pump. Even if it did work, it really wouldn't matter because the pump has nothing to do with being stronger or building muscle or losing fat or anything. But it doesn't even work, so it shouldn't really matter. The next ingredient is citrulline malate. Some people will say that that's ineffective. Some of the research says it's effective, some of it doesn't. It's going to be pretty high dose if you want it to be effective. I would say most of the research I've seen is 6 to 8 grams. I'll probably post a study below in the description box because I don't think citrulline malate has a lot of studies on it. But one I can remember has 8 grams, which is a pretty high dose, which I'm pretty sure isn't in here. But I think 6 to 8 you would probably get your recommended amount, and it's actually kind of a better version of L-arginine as far as the terms of opening the blood vessels and helping for a better pump. Again, like I said, it doesn't really matter, but it has been proven to show strength endurance benefits just individually. So the fact that it may, cause for a better pump isn't really the reason why it's working, but it has shown some promise. So that's another pretty good ingredient I would say that's in this product. Their last one in there is a sumo root extract, and I wasn't familiar of this prior to the video, so I had to do just a tiny bit of research on it. It's actually, if people have heard of a supplement called Shakeology, they are famous for what is called adaptogens, and that pretty much is just some plant-derived ingredients that they're put in their shake, and it kind of helps with the stress levels, balance hormonal levels with your endocrine system, and also has been said anyways to help prove immunity. Again, I'm not going to put a whole bunch of stock into that because I just researched that recently, but that is what the sumo root extract is supposed to do for you anyways. I didn't look at any dosaging as far as that goes. And that's the first blend. The second blend is called the Strength Domination and Recovery Matrix. This is pretty much just in my opinion, pointless. They have 2 forms of creatine, one which is a good form of creatine, which is Creapure, which is German grade creatine monohydrate, which is pretty much the best you're going to find. And then also Concrete is their patented version, which is creatine HCl. I believe they actually make Concrete. So I've heard of that supplement before. It's creatine HCl though. And then also the third ingredient in that little matrix is glutamine. Let's go really quick. Glutamine, oral glutamine, you're not going to absorb it, so it really doesn't matter. Some people anecdotally will say that it helps with recovery in the gym. The only research you really find on glutamine is helping with like burn victims or something like that, and I'm pretty sure it was IV. It was used through an IV. Our digestive tract is lined with glutamine, so it's kind of impossible to absorb it and use it usefully. Another than the other parts of it are the creatines, which is pretty much just creatine is recognized as a proven supplement that it works. Everyone knows, they hear creatine, so a lot of companies will put it in their pre-workout products, but it has no acute effects. It's similar to beta-alanine in the sense that you're not going to take creatine 30 minutes before your workout and have a better workout. It takes days, couple of weeks to get saturated with creatine monohydrate, and then it actually helps you with your ATP production, become stronger. That's why I preach a lot about supplementing with creatine monohydrate and beta-alanine together, just to kind of get the full synergistic effect. But like I said, the dosages of creatine monohydrate are going to be around 5 grams for an average sized person. You could get away with a little less, but you don't know how much you're getting in here, so I'm going to assume they're not giving you a full 5 grams in the supplement. If they did, then it's fine to take it pre-workout, but it's not going to affect you. You're still going to need to take it on other days. So if you were taking Assault 4 days a week, you would need to buy an additional creatine supplement anyways to get the 5 grams on separate days. And then their last blend in here is called the Mind Connection Matrix, and I wasn't educated on a lot of these ingredients before the video, so I did a little bit of research. Taurine is one of it's the first ingredient in this. It's said to have kind of a synergistic effect with caffeine, in the sense that it kind of helps your mind, memory, function, and also probably the reason why they put it in here is kind of helps with electrolyte balance. So when you're working out, that would be a good benefit to have, especially if you're sweating a lot. Their second ingredient in here, pyroglutamate acid, and then they have L-tyrosine. L-tyrosine is actually going to be beneficial. It kind of has a stimulant effect without kind of the side effects that other stimulants will have, as far as like caffeine when you have the headaches and whatnot. A lot of people will take tyrosine to kind of wean themselves off of caffeine. It works with your neurotransmitters, which is pretty much, you know, epinephrine, norepinephrine, and dopamine. A lot of people say it helps with their the mood, helping they feel better, helping with cognitive function. So that's always a good thing to have pre-workout. Again, it has been proven effective, and I would recommend taking it, but you don't know how much is actually in here. The MCT, the medium chain triglycerides, or just a filler. I have no idea what that would be in here. Papain 1000 is a enzyme. Believe it's a enzyme to help digest protein, but I don't think there's any protein in here, so that really wouldn't make sense either. There may be other reasons why those two are in there. Maybe the triglycerides to help the taste. I'm not sure. Then lastly, I would say there are then the caffeine is what's going to be important. But again, another big thing I would say bad about this product is that you don't know how much caffeine there is. But again, caffeine is a stimulant. It's going to help with cognitive function, memory support. So maybe if you haven't got a lot of sleep in that day, it could help you have a better workout. The big thing with a lot of these products is that you just don't know how much you're getting. So you really can't judge it as far as ingredients. You know, a lot of people anecdotally say, I took Assault and I had a great workout, therefore Assault's a great pre-workout. You know, that's kind of sketchy at best. Again, you really have to, there's a lot of factors in there, you know, with maybe you just kind of placebo effect, how it felt with your body. You know, with the recovery, could be, you know, you're eating really well at the time, you're on a good workout program. You know, there's 1,000 different variables you really can't judge as far as, you know, I took Assault A and I had a good workout B, therefore Assault must be awesome C. You know, there's a lot of different things that may come into play. But as far as comparing the products with other on the market, it's pretty good, which is kind of sad, but it's pretty good because not a lot. I can't even think of another pre-workout supplement that has the clinical dose of beta-alanine in it. I believe NeuroCure by Muscle Tech, if you take 3 scoops of their product, and I believe you get like an insane amount of caffeine if you were to do that, you would get like 3.3 grams, I believe, so that would be in the ballpark. So that would be the main selling point. Again, the citrulline malate would be good, but you don't know how much there is. And the other ingredients I mentioned have promise. Again, you don't know how much there is, but that's not going to be any different with most pre-workout products that you see. Decent to pretty darn good product when you consider what it's up against. You know, I would always recommend if you want to take a pre-workout supplement to kind of buy ingredients individually mainly for just effectiveness, and also for price. It's going to be a little bit cheaper. That's what I do. Typically, I'll experiment here and there with pre-workouts, but typically I'll buy ingredients separately and then maybe mix like Crystal Light or Gatorade in there for the flavoring. But that's it, guys. That's my review of Muscle Pharm's Assault. Like I said, it's a pretty decent product. It's probably up there with the top 2 or 3 in my opinion what's on the market right now. But like I said, you could probably do better if you buy ingredients yourself. So that's the review, guys. I hope everybody's working hard and all more good stuff coming soon.